got. Now, I don't mean to scare you, but ah, 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 ah.
Are you just going crazy this episode, man?
That
Are you all
was-
right?
You know what that was? That was the sounds that Mike Tyson was making. Hitting that heavy bag, man. Getting them training sessions in for Jake Paul.
I thought this was another one of Mallory's madness moments.
Mallory's madness. Well, it is. It is March Madness now, so 'tis the season. But want to get a little bit more follow-up on this Tyson and Jake Paul kind of fight and scenario that's breaking down. Obviously, we discussed this last week. We know we're both going to watch it. I believe Mike
Netflix,
Tyson.
you got my money.
Oh, yeah. Mike Tyson, I believe, is quoted as saying, are you ready to face the God of War now? I thought that was just a video game, but when Mike Tyson say it, I get a little bit frightened. So as I unpack this matchup furthermore, and this is going to come off probably like a Jake Paul hating session because I just can't help it. Sometimes it's that easy. Jake Paul keeps saying that he wants to be taken serious as a boxer. Okay.
I mean, he bit off Tyson's ear. Didn't you see that meme?
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. So silly. You want to be taken seriously as a boxer. So your way of going about being taken seriously as a boxer is challenging a near 60-year-old man who hasn't fought a real professional boxing match in 20 years. I'm not counting the exhibition against Roy Jones, who, again, I'm not taking it away from Tyson, but I'm just going actual professional boxing matches. I guess I just would like to pose the scenario. How does fighting an almost 60-year-old retired boxer who hasn't fought in almost 20 years, where does that go in terms of the legitimacy to your boxing credentials?
Do you not pay attention to anything we've talked about this episode?
I'll try.
Right? Why is LT? Why is Dion? Right? Aaron Donald, the greatest.
Oh, the fear factor. The fear factor.
You want to talk about fear in Mike Tyson? Right? So many people lost the fight before they even stepped in the ring with
Mike Tyson stare down.
Right? So at the end of the day, like I said, Jake Paul has an opportunity to fight Mike Tyson at any age. And if he happens to beat him, if he happens to knock him out, at the end of the day, it's going to be a win on Jake Paul's resume, on his record. And so he'll be able to say the baddest, the most feared, the most relentless, the God of War. He beat. That's what it's about.
When he was 58.
Well, it doesn't matter.
That's got to matter some.
Not at all.
Would he have beaten him in his prime? Would he have challenged him in his prime?
Of course, I get what? He'd have pissed in his boots.
Exactly. The only reason he's challenging now is because he's almost 58. I only go to, you want to be seen as a boxer. Challenge an active boxer. I sit here and I say this because it's something for us. Yes. That's what this comes down to. That's
right?
all.
So why are you hating on the man trying to get paid, man? Why are you hating on Jake Paul trying to get the bag? And that means you're hating on Tyson trying to get a few extra shekels.
No, I'll never hate on
well.
I'll never hate on Iron Mike. Never. Okay, because of what he's done in the career in the sport of boxing. But I'm a guy who say what you mean and mean what you say. Actions speak louder than words. It's just like good old Jerry Jones down in Dallas. All I care about is winning a Super Bowl. Do you, Jerry? Do you, Jerry? All reports are like,
hey, somehow he always goes back to the Cowboys. What can I say?
I can't help it. I guess when I'm talking about people that want to be taken legitimate and say things, but their actions don't line up with their words. All right. Yet I still want to watch this fight. As I break it down further, I will say this about the fight. There's got to be something that Jake knows, maybe that we potentially don't, because I've watched Jake's. I've gone back and watched. I haven't actually bought the fights myself, but I've gone back and I've watched all of Jake's fights after they've happened. Okay, the only active boxer he went against, he fought. But I was saying to Shawnee during a break in the meeting, it was competitive at least. It's not like he got knocked out or destroyed. He was thoroughly outboxed, in my opinion, but competitive. He was on his feet. He did score a knockdown in the fight. I guess what I sit back here and I kind of wonder or I contemplate is, what does he kind of know potentially, or what does he think going? Is it just a money grab, or does Jake Paul legitimately come in and think, not only am I going to win this match, I'm going to dominate? And if so, why?
Well, look, like you said earlier, let's take a step back and look at Mike Tyson's most recent fight with Roy Jones Jr.
Sure.
Right? Mike looked a little tired.
As
right?
the rounds went on.
He looked a little slower, right? So ultimately, Jake is saying, all right, he lost a step.
Sure.
Right. And so look at his last fight. So you know what?
So if
I
there's
could go
any
in the
time,
ring,
now's the time.
Right. I could wear him out. I could outlast him. I'm younger. Right. I won't say he's stronger. Right. But he's in better physical shape.
Sure.
All right. So you know what? I'm going to take on Iron Mike. But guess what? Mike said, you know what? That last fight, I wore out a little too quickly.
He's in
Let
a full
me go
training
get my
camp right now.
stamina up. 3 days in, he was ferocious again. So all of a sudden,
Fight's in July, right?
right? If I'm not, I think it is in July. July on
June or July.
Netflix.
So he's going to get like 3-4 months to train leading up to this.
Oh,
match.
he's going to be prepared. He's
Yeah.
going to be prepared. Where versus the Roy Jones situation, that was much
July,
more
right?
fun.
Yeah.
That was much more entertainment. I don't think Mike is taking this one as entertainment.
Yeah. You think he's coming for real?
I think he's going to hurt him.
Prediction: who wins?
Oh, Tyson in 6.
You got Tyson in 6. Yeah. He knocks him out in like the 6th round. Yeah. I think it's set up for 8 total. I'm going to go...
Because Mike's going to bruise him up a little bit.
I'm going to go Tyson, and I'm going to go Tyson inside of 4. I'm going to go Tyson inside of 4. If he has this long to train, I got to feel like Iron Mike is coming in, and he wants to go and get the W on this one.